how I could save more interest by altering my principal home, which I have a $250,000 loan, which is I'm paying weekly, and this is I'm stretching myself to pay $750 a week, which is a lot for me to just punch in there.
So you're putting a little bit extra on.
Yes,
Okay. Now let's do this. Are you watching our examples online right now?
yes, I'm on the YouTube watching that as well.
All right. So let's go ahead and let's put something on the screen, especially for you. All right, Gustavo, we're going to put in, here is what I need from you. When you closed on this loan, how much was the loan about?
Oh, that's a good question. This one I closed it for 450,000 at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and I paid it off from my other property when I sold it when I was renewing my mortgage.
Right.
Yeah, so I paid it off, and my balance came down to 250, 270 maybe, something like that.
Did you refinance it?
No, I just renewed my mortgage.
Okay, let's just start out with the original amount and I'll show you what happened. Okay. It was 450?
Yes,
Okay.
450,000.
450,000 at what interest rate, please?
2.39.
2.39. All right. And it was a 30-year loan?
It was a 25-year.
25-year loan. Okay. So we need to change that to 300 payments, correct?
Correct.
There we go. And there we are. All right. So now the first thing on your next property, okay? On your next property, you're going to get a 30-year loan or 40. You're going to save more money and pay it off in less time.
Okay.
Okay. So anything that the bank gives you to save money, I need you to think about it this way. Anything the bank is doing to offer you to save money, look at it twice, look at it 3 times, look at it 4 times, because you got to ask yourself, why would the bank offer me anything to save me money? Okay, so let's look at that. So here is what we have for your principal and interest payment, which is $1,993.94. Okay.
Okay.
And so we're going to go over what happens in the first few payments, and then we'll talk about the amount of money that you put down as a prepayment. Okay.
Okay.
So we have here, the bank wants $148,000 on this loan. So we want to write that down. Okay. So even at your low interest rate on a $450,000 loan, okay, my question is this number, 148,182, 2.39% of this number? And I think we all know the answer to that is no.
No. Yeah.
It's actually 32% of that number, almost 33%.
Wow.
Okay. So, and this is what we started out. Somebody, 10K asked me at the beginning, he said, what's going to be your phrase for this year? And I said, the interest rate we're quoted is not the interest rate we end up paying.
That's right.
All right. So here we go. Now you have right here $1,000 going to principal. Okay. And $896.25 going to interest on the very first payment. Okay. So anytime you are paying extra on the loan, so I'm just using this as an example because you're paying just a little bit extra, but let me use this as an example so it makes it clear. All right. So let's just say our first payment is in January. That would mean our February principal payment would be on line 2 would be the $1,099.88, correct?
Correct.
Is there any rule that says you can't give the bank an extra $1,099.88 also in January after making your mortgage payment?
No.
No. So if you did, all of this money, the $1,099.88 would all go to principal, wouldn't it?
Yes.
All right. And if it did, then you'd be paid down to line 2 in January. Then your next mortgage payment for February would actually be on line 3 of your loan, where you're paying $1,102.07 and $891.87 in interest. Okay. So payment number 1 is now touching payment number 3. We got rid of payment number 2 for only $1,099.88. Are you aware that your mortgage worked like that?
In a way, I do.
Okay. So then here's my next question. What happened to this $894.06 on line 2? What happened to that?
I didn't have to pay that.
And you'll never have to pay it. Isn't that wonderful?
It is.
Okay. So now you went ahead and you dropped what, $250,000 as a prepayment on this loan or thereabouts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just go down and say, all right, if we started here, and do you see where it says cumulative principal?
Yeah.
And cumulative interest?
Right.
So I'm going to go down to cumulative principal, $250,000 at one time. Let's say we started out the beginning. Okay. Start at the beginning, we make a payment, and then somewhere along the line, we add $250,000 to this. Do you see how many payments we start to skip and how much interest
Right.
we start to skip, getting down to where we have $250,000 in principal payments? So we're already at line 168 at 218. We're continuing 237. That's at 180. And here we go. About $250,000, right?
Yeah.
And that's line 188 on this amortization schedule. You can get there in 1 month by doing that and save approximately how much in interest? Bam. $124,848 in interest saved. And how much interest did the bank want in the beginning?
199.
$148,000 in interest on this loan. And by putting down, going all the way down to where we have 250, 188, man, we've saved most of that already. Okay. So
Right.
here's the thing. If you've already saved most of the interest, by putting any more money down, you can only save a portion of the interest you have left.
Right.
So do we pay off a loan just to be able to pay it off faster, or do we pay off a loan because we can actually save on the interest?
Save on the interest.
If you've already saved most of the interest, any money you put towards this, how much interest can you save? A lot or a little bit?
A little bit.
Exactly. So your money is probably going to be best put where?
In the other property company.
Can you see it now?
Yes, I do.
It makes so much more sense when we can see the numbers, Gustavo. Listen, you helped a lot of people today. And folks, if you want to know exactly what to do and when to do it, both of these loans can be paid off in record time by going to ICE10K.com. That stands for Interest Cancellation Expert. Then look for the button that says Get a Savings and Earnings Report. Click the button. Follow all the instructions there that you see on that page. And then if you follow the instructions, you'll be let into a form. Put in your financial data. Someone from my office will give you a call and set up a consultation. We'll let you know the month, day, and year you're going to be debt-free on both mortgages, how much interest you could save, and then you can turn around and take that saved interest and then invest it into your family, creating generational wealth. How does that sound, Gustavo?
That sounds awesome. Absolutely amazing.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.